What is up, y'all? Welcome to another Saturday Night Live. What is everyone up to tonight? I have been watching nothing but for the last 2 weeks of this NCAA March Madness tournament. And right now there's a crazy one on between Texas Tech and Gonzaga. And I mean, it is just a barn burner. There's been a lot of really good ones, but that's all I've been getting done here lately. What is everyone up to? Looks like we got a lot of familiar faces in the chat. What is up, everyone? We got AJ Myers here. We got Angela Turner, Daryl Deemer, Select Pet. Let's see. Who else? Who else? We got Mary from RNH2O. What's up? Dank Tanks is in the house. What's up, Dank? Mr. B, what's up, Brandon? Jamie McDonald's here. Jeff from Valley Fish. Adrian Castillo's in the house. Peter Thiel from Mob Guppy. Your beard is looking great. Thanks a lot, Peter. James Glenn. Let's see. Who else? Dan Slee is in the house. Haley from Oddball Aquatics. What is up? Candy Overalls in the house. I think I did miss Candy. Yep, she was here and I missed her. Justin Thibodeau is here. Damian Markham is here. Angelo's Fish Tanks is here. I missed all kinds of people. Goodness. All right, so after James, I started missing people. Staining Fish Tank rack today. About sick of it. LOL. Valley Fish. Yeah. Yeah, I've got all kinds of projects. I've usually always kept up with all my projects, but I've got so many projects right now that it's kind of crazy. I mean, and I haven't even started on a lot of them. You know, I've just been, well, whenever I went to Colorado, that kept me pretty busy. That made a lot of videos for me. And, yeah, new fish. I've got all kinds of new fish, so a lot more to take care of. And I've got some baby fish that I'm having to feed live foods to and all that kind of stuff. So it's been kind of crazy around here. But yeah, staining and painting. Farmer Boz is in the house. I'm sick of rain. We didn't get much today. I mean, it rained for a little bit, but not very long. Fish Out of Water Aquariums is here. Let's see, who else? Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Sunshine Aquatics is in the house. What is up? Olaf from Aquashella. Awesome. I'm glad you got to go. I didn't go on purpose. I could have afforded to go, but during the school year, whenever I went out on my trip out to Colorado, I left on a Thursday morning. And the only reason why I was able to do that during a school year is that was my kids' spring break. So I picked that trip to go out there on that weekend to where I could not have to take them out of school. But the Aquashella that's in Chicago is during the summer still. So they'll be out of school still whenever that one's going on. So plus that one I can drive to, and it's only a few hours away. The one down in Texas, I would have had to drove. I seen the guys from Pleco Paradise. They drove all the way down there. I'm leaning Haley and Lucas. They had a farther drive than the guys from Chicago. So yeah, craziness. We'll have fun at the one in Chicago, so it'll be fun. I seen Charlie's in the house. What is up, Charlie? Larry D's Tanks and More is in the house. What's up, Larry? Let's see. Bailey Barnhart is in the house. What is up, Bailey? Nice to see you, man. Let's see. Who else? Okay. I think I'm getting caught up here. D from Down the Wormhole is here. Hey, Jeffro. Good to see everyone. Nice to see you, D. Welcome to the live stream. Farmer Boz says, I graduated with the highest temperature in my class. Oh, Lord. Aussie Fish Adventures is in the house. Love the store tour you and Priscilla provided. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun going out there. I've got, last week, the guy that owns that fish store, I did did his. His was the riffcichlids.com one. So I did that one on Monday, Blake, at his actual house. He's got an awesome fish room. I mean, like, he doesn't have algae or anything. Like, his tanks are like spotless and crazy nice tanks. I did pick up some fish from him, so I'll have an unboxing for that too. And then, of course, I did the one where Priscilla works at. She's the manager of it, and they've got like 82 tanks. That one was a lot of fun. I kept on thinking we were done, and she's like, no, there's another rack over here. I'm like, good grief. And like, their dry goods, like at the very beginning, I did a little bit of B-roll of their dry goods section, but like the wood that was out there was like 300 pieces of Malaysian driftwood. She said they've got like 4 times that amount on hand, you know, so like they've got tons of good dry goods and all that kind of stuff. Boulder, Colorado is a really beautiful town too. I mean, you're right, real close to the mountains. But this coming week, Monday, I've got like an unboxing from my local fish store. I picked up some fish from there. So that one's Monday. And then my Thursday video will be Mile High Plecos video. And it turned out pretty good. Of course, you know, the next time I go back, I'll probably do another one because I didn't, for some reason, film one whole rack of his. Like, he's got, I want to say 6 or more 40-gallon breeders. And I think the reason why is because some of them were quarantined, and that's what I was thinking the whole rack was, but I forgot he had more. I didn't do a whole lot of filming of his big 180-gallon tank. There's more plecos in it. I did some B-roll of it and stuff, but really difficult fish room to film because it's 99.9% plecos, and plecos like to stay in caves, so it's hard to get any really good footage while you're talking about a species of pleco. You know, mostly we're seeing tails and stuff in the video, but I had some fun with it. The Mile High Plecos video comes out Thursday. And then I did film Priscilla's actual fish room at her house. Now I'm pretty sure she's talking about taking a lot of them down. Now that she's so busy at the fish store, it's really hard for her to keep up with that many tanks at home. And she wants to downsize quite a bit. So I may very well have got the last fish room video of her her fish room at home with it the size that it is. I haven't started editing that one yet, but it will be out like a week from this Thursday. All righty, let's see. Curious. Oh boy, there went the chat. I'm probably way behind now that I went on a long tangent there. Curious Axolotl says it rained and then it snowed yesterday. It's chaos. I was talking to Mikey from Mile High Plecos, and he said they got some snow yesterday, but it's already melted off and it's like all mushy and gushy now. Let's see here. Oddball Aquatics. Haley says they're still not sleeping. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Lucas is kind of used to it, but I don't know. I mean, I guess you probably are too. Sunshine Aquatics says, I stayed busy today getting a t-shirt autographed by all the YouTubers to raffle off tomorrow for the charities. That's awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, gonna sleep the whole way home. I would have probably, but I say I would have, but I can't sleep when it's light out. But I was gonna say I would have slept on the way there or something. Fish Out of Aquarium says, everyone have a good Saturday. You too. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I'll never sleep. Let's see here. Jess Shrimp Granny's in the house. What's up, Jess? Nice to see you. Candy has linked my Patreon. Thanks a lot, Candy. Haley says Lucas works on a different level. There is always work such as life, and I'm living my best life. LOL. Yep. Justin Thibodeau says, Jeffro, my little daughter Emma is here too and is demanding her shout out. LOL. She will kick my butt if you don't. Hello, Emma. Welcome to the Saturday night live stream. You know, Emma, if your dad would let you, you could set up a YouTube channel and you could subscribe to me. I'm almost to 2,500 subscribers. I only need like 2 or 3 more. And then I'll give you shout outs whenever you come to my live streams. Just kidding. G-Bear is in the house. I need some super red plecos. Okay, here's the deal on my super reds. They were not very prolific at all this winter. I got 2 spawns out of them this winter, and 1 spawn I've already sold off to my LFS. The other spawn happened right before I left Colorado a couple of weeks ago, and it happened 2 days before I left. And I kept on saying one of the things I needed to do before I left was to pull the eggs, because I have never left eggs in a cave for the super reds ever. They have never got to do it natural, and I just didn't feel comfortable leaving them. Well, I didn't even think of it again. Lay down, Dozer. I didn't even think of it again until we were halfway to Colorado that I did not pull the eggs. And whenever I got home, the male had ate all of the eggs. So right now I've got maybe 2 baby super reds that are like less than an inch long. Maybe one of them today, I was looking at it, and it very well could be a calico. So my super reds right now, I know Mikey from Mile High Plecos has tons of them. I was just there a couple weeks ago. So if you go to the Mile High Plecos Facebook page and send him a message, he can get you some. Let's see. Candy has linked my Teespring account. Thanks a lot, Candy. Dan Slee says, glad you were able to capture it, Jeffro. Yeah, me too. It was a lot of fun. I didn't even notice. Yesterday I went on Instagram for the first time in probably, gosh, it had to have been 3 weeks. And it's terrible because Facebook is a really good engine for your YouTube channel. Social media is really great. And oh my God. What was I even talking about? I went on Instagram last night, and I seen I had some direct messages from some locals out in Colorado wondering how long I was going to be there and where I was and stuff like that. And I felt really bad because, you know, I mean, I was busy the whole time. I probably wouldn't have been able to this time, but next time I go out, maybe I can go out and have a little bit more time. Like I would have liked to have stopped and seen Pam too. I was only an hour away from her on my way home, but we were just in a big hurry. We've got a super chat from Mile High Plecos for $100. It says, I remember the first time I spawned super reds. LOL. Thanks a lot for the super chat, Mikey. You made me lose my train of thought and almost forget what I was even talking about, but I really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. And it looks like I'll be going live for quite a while because $100, gosh, that'll take a while to get off there. Chattanooga Ed is in the house. What's up, Chattanooga? Tampa Tom is here. What is up, Tampa Tom? Nice to see you, buddy. G-Bear says, dang, these super reds are becoming impossible to get. Yeah, I just about, right before they spawned, I just almost pulled like one of my males and a couple of my females out and put them in another tank that I used to have some albinos in. That tank, it could have been the fish that was so prolific, or it could have been the tank. The way the tank was set up was so good. I don't know. So I just about, actually the night when I found the eggs, that's what I was getting ready to do. I was getting ready to pull them out and move them to a different tank and start over with them because it had been a couple or 3 months since I had gotten a spawn. I mean, through the winter, 2 spawns, that's it. And right whenever I was fixing to do that, I noticed that male was in there fanning on eggs. And, you know, my albinos and my commons, they're very prolific, but the reds just aren't. There for a while they were. So I don't know what has changed. And that's why I was thinking maybe take them out. The last time they hadn't spawned in a while, I added some crushed coral to the tank. I added like a cup of crushed coral to the tank, and like a week later, I got a spawn. But I guess I could try that. I don't know. Not Nola Jane. Fish Rich is in the house. Thumbs it up, people. Thanks a lot, Not Nola Jane. If you are here and you haven't liked or disliked the stream yet, might as well hit the like on your way out or on your way in. Hobbyist Fishkeeper is in the house. What is up, Hobbyist? Nice to see you. Haley says, Lucas, back to work, gotta bounce, have fun, y'all. Miss you, Candy. Well, thanks for stopping by, Haley. I appreciate it. G Bear says, cool, sounds like a plan, looking to get a dozen. Yeah, Mikey's got tons of them, and I'm pretty positive he's got enough to fix you up. L666 strikes again. Yeah, no kidding, right, Dan? Let's see here. Mile High Pleco Pimp. Tom Patterson's in the house. What's up, Tom? I'll look. I don't think I have any that big right now. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'll go for the 1 inch then. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten 1 inchers from him before. Like, I think my 182s were like 1 inch long whenever I got them. And they honestly shipped the best. John from KG Tropicals is in the house. It's good to see. I'm not the only YouTuber that couldn't get to Aquashella. I could have went, but Dallas is a long ways during the school year. You know, like August, the one that's going down in Chicago, that'll be during the summer, and I can get out for that one, you know. But I could have went. Dallas is a long ways. And especially since there's another one, because I'm only in Iowa, so it only takes me a few hours to get out to Chicago. So, I mean, I'll go to the one in August. Let's see here. Bailey Barnhart said piranhas and a largemouth bass in my tanks, looking into plecos. Well, what you need to do sometime, Bailey, is give me a shout and come over, and I'll let you look around at my stuff, and you'll fall in love with plecos. I've got quite a few different types now, and you know, come on over and I'll hook you up. I've got tons of albino babies. I mean, like, I could fix you right up, and you don't put them in with piranhas. So. The piranhas, let's see, what else did you say? Largemouth bass and piranhas will gulp plecos right up, so you won't want to keep them with them. But we can talk more about that. Jess Shrimp Granny says, I'm babysitting tonight. It's a rare event. The baby is now asleep. Sweet. That's the way. That is the way. I seen someone said, I am proud. Mikey's going to be right back. Okay. Frank White says, I'm proud of my 1 incher. Yeah. And the biggest thing that I like about those is whenever they're that small and you ship them, there's hardly any waste in the bag, especially if you do the right conditioning before you ship them and stuff. And you usually have pretty good results, you know. The bigger they are, the more likely they are to poke holes in the bag, you know, and the more likely they are to let go of lots of waste in the bag, which creates ammonia. Yeah. So usually whenever I'm doing grow outs and stuff and people reach out to me and want me to ship them some, I'll ship smaller ones, even if I have a little bit bigger one, unless they request that they want a bigger one. And I usually let my bigger ones go to my LFS. James Glenn is in the house. What's up, James? Hobbyist Fishkeeper says, Aquashella, I wish, even further away for me, Manchester, UK. Yeah, that is quite a ways. Rob Myers is in the house. What's up, Rob? Dan Slee says, my Pleco guy always looks at me funny since I'm one of the only ones who asks for the smaller ones. Well, the smaller ones, when you buy a group too, and you buy them smaller, you have a better chance of getting, you know, a male and a female, I guess you would say. You buy bigger ones, and if it's iffy, you don't, you know, you might turn around in a month from now, find out it's still not got any bristles or whatever. Uh-oh, Mikey says, just flooded the drip system. Leaks everywhere. Oh, no, man. I bet you I know why. I guarantee you I know exactly why. It's your valves, those stainless steel valves. I would bet money. And you already knew that. We both already knew that. Okay. Well, we'll talk about it later. Kiwi Mamo is in the house. What is up, Kiwi? Pretty much. Yep. Brian Laws is in the house. What's up, Jeffro? What is up, Brian? Nice to see you. Boy, I bet you I'm missing people. Mean Fish 9 is in the house. What's up, Mean Fish? Gonzaga going down. Oh, shoot. Right now, my Dish network on the HD channels has been acting up to where it's saying complete signal loss. So you got to go to the SD. And I just looked over. 74-79 with 9.3. Texas Tech is doing it. I love the underdog story. I always, 9 times out of 10, root for the underdog. Like, when I was growing up, I was a North Carolina Tar Heels fan. Dozer, what are you doing? I was a North Carolina Tar Heels fan, mostly because that was Jordan's team. But the other night, whenever they got beat, I was kind of rooting for the other team. I think it was Purdue that beat them or something. Yeah, I think it was Purdue. Jeffro, who's going to win the championship? Man, Purdue is looking good, and Houston is looking real good. Duke really isn't looking good, even though Duke, the first round barely squeaked away with the win. The second round, they really took that team pretty bad, and then last night they squeaked away with the win. I don't think Duke's going to be able to do it. They might, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. And now that Gonzaga's gone, it's probably going to be Michigan State or Purdue. It's probably going to be Purdue and Michigan State is what I'm just guessing. Tampa Tom says, hope to see you in August. If you're going to Chicago to the Aquashella, I am going to be there. Unless, like I've said, unless there's some kind of life event thing that happens that causes me not to go. Joel G says, you look white as a ghost today. My front door is open, and I think that is what's causing it. Or I could add some yellow to my light. Does that help at all? No. Let me just shut my front door. I'm still kind of white, though. That's kind of weird. I noticed that before I started. I just assumed it was because of the light coming in the front door. Jet Shrimp Granny says, I want to go to Chicago Aquashella. Yep, I'm going. You know, I think that I am choosing that one. I don't think that I'll probably go to Aquatic Experience. I'll probably just go to the Aquashella one, and then I'll go to like as many auctions and swaps this year as I can and different things like that. And then I've got to go up to Minnesota here next month. I've got to go to Missouri in May, and when I go to Minnesota, I'm going to try to get up to see King Lee. I'm going to see TM Aquatics, and then go to some other fish rooms while I'm up there. Might even try to get a hold of Brian Dalberg. And then I'm going to go, let's see, where else am I going? Oh, when I go down to Missouri for my niece's graduation, I'm going to stop by and see Science Gal Aquatics again, but this time I'm going to have my camera with me, and I'm going to do a fish room tour at her place, and that's in Missouri in May. In June, I'm going to Chicago to meet up with Jeremy, and then I'll probably try to do the Pleco Paradise video then whenever I go that time, because if I do it during Aquashella, I'll probably miss out on them. They'll probably be getting ready for Aquashella, so I'll probably do that in June. July, I don't think I really have anything going right now. New York Gold is in the house. John Bedker's in the house. The Quad City Fish Swap is in 2 weeks. That's April 14th. Yep, I'm going to go to that one. Help keep reminding me, though. Cichlid 20, James Glenn, Gunner, Auburn is looking good. Yeah, Auburn is looking good. Auburn and Purdue and Michigan State. Michigan State, you can't hardly count them out because they, Izzo has been there before. Out of those, well, yeah, Auburn's looking good too. Lumpy Dog, Jeffro, you look like a Muslim cleric wearing all black with hat. Yeah, I know. Like, I usually have my hat on frontwards. Maybe that's it. Maybe it shadows. But there's too much white as well. Can't find my... That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. I still look real white in my cheeks. Maybe I need to go get me a suntan. Brandon's laughing at Lumpy Dog. I know I missed some comments up here. Someone had some questions. Yeah, Auburn is looking good, Gunner. They're looking real good. And Bruce Pearl's a great coach. It's really too bad how that Okiki got. Actually, I found out earlier it was an actual ACL tear, and he's going in for surgery Tuesday. Turn the lights all. That would be best. Turn the lights all. That would be best. Tampa Tom, I'm going. I might bring my mom with me. Cool. Well, that'd be awesome, man. Yeah, August is right around the corner. I wanted to go to all the fish things, but the tax man got us. Yeah, I don't really like, to me, like, I'm sure there's going to be some differences between the Dallas one and the Chicago Aquashella. The biggest thing for me on the differences would be, like, there's probably going to be some that are going to go to this one and then not go to the other one. Like, I doubt Priscilla goes to the one in Chicago. I doubt the LFG or IFG, LFG. LFG is a different YouTuber, Lake Fort guy. IFG, since he's down in Texas, he'll probably go to this one, but he probably won't go to the Chicago one. So, there'll be some people that I won't get to see because I'm only going to the Chicago one. But Ken Amy's in the house. I was hoping to meet you at AE this year. Yeah, it's just so dang far away. And it is during school, too. It's just hard for me. I'm not going to want to fly because I flew not too long ago and it didn't work out too great for me. I mean, I'm not afraid to fly or anything, but it caused my feet, my ankles to swell up really, really bad. And I'm wondering if I've got some kind of something, like my dad couldn't fly because of blood clots or something like that. I haven't been to the doctor to have it looked at because the swelling went down after I got home, a couple of days after I got home. But the whole entire weekend that I was at Florida, my ankles and my feet were swelled up, and it was bad swelled up. So I'm thinking it was because of flying. That's what is just stuck in my mind for some reason. So if I went to AE, it's up in New Jersey, which kind of wish that AE would have it in the central location, to where more people could go. But it is what it is. They're there for 4 more years, I don't know. We'll see. Right now, it's doubtful that I'll go. Let's see who else. Oh, hey guys, one of my bettas either has cloudy eye or scales growing on his eyes. Someone recommend Furin. Has anyone used that with coolie loaches? Yeah, I saw that. I was on Lucas's live stream last night, and I saw that. That really stinks, but I have never had to treat for that, so I'm not much help. But if someone in the chat has, know if Furin is good or bad for coolie loaches. Kiwi Mamo says, get compression socks. That will help with flying. I have to wear them when I fly. That's a great idea. Yeah, that's a really good that's a really good idea. Jeff has cankles. I did have cankles, and I had never had my feet swell up like that before. I'm actually glad. Right before I left, I just about wore my cowboy boots because actually my cowboy boots are more comfortable than sneakers. It's really weird, but I think they just hold my feet just right, and they're stiff and like they're really good. But I would not have been able to either get them off or back on, and I would have had to have went and bought me some sneakers. But I left them back here in February when I went on my trip, and I'm really glad that I did because wow, it was bad. Fishford K Camp says, "Don't underestimate the cats." Which ones are the cats? Auburn are the War Eagles. Purdue is the Boilermakers. Texas Tech. They're not cats, are they? Texas Tech. No. Michigan State. Man, what is Michigan State? I can't remember. Oh, the Spartans. Who are the cats? Fishford. Yeah, cats. What cats? Cloud Eye usually clears up without meds. More water, less salt, sodium. Yeah. I think actually the swelling had a lot to do with a problem that I figured out while I was out there. Since I don't have anyone that sleeps around me or anything like that for like the last 3 years, I evidently stopped breathing at night. So I had to get a sleep machine. And someone said that if you have that sleep disorder and you don't do anything about it, it makes your heart enlarge. And then your heart can't pump the fluids out of your feet and ankles. So I think it might have had something to do with that as well. Jeff thinks Houston has good chance. Oh, okay. So the Houston are the Houston the Wildcats? Houston Wildcats or Houston? You have any trouble breathing while in Denver? I always get sick for like the first 2 days. Denver didn't bother me at all. My youngest son, he has asthma, and I had both of his inhalers. I had his preventative inhaler with us because he has to do it 2 times a day, and then I also had his rescue inhaler with us just in case. The only issue we had at all with anyone getting sick or anything like that was we went up into the mountains. We went over a mile high. I mean, we went up into Estes Park, somewhere up in there. And the boys were getting car seat in the back seat. They've grown up in Iowa, and they're not used to hills and curves and turns and mountains. I grew up in southern Missouri, and it's really hilly and curvy, and the roads wind. And, I grew up down there, so I don't get car sick or motion sickness or whatever. Noberto the third says, I am obese. I actually have been working on that too. If I did my body mass index or something like that, I would probably be technically obese, but like I basically got a big belly, and gosh, February, right around Valentine's Day, right after Valentine's Day, I started on a real hardcore health kick. And I've been doing really good. Now, a couple of weeks ago when I went out to Colorado to see Mile High Plecos and everyone, I did cheat. I ate some red meat, which I don't eat red meat anymore. I cut red meat out of my diet. So I ate some red meat. I ate bread for the first time in like 6 weeks. I ate a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. While I was out there, I hadn't had sausage in like 6 weeks. Let's see, what else did I cheat with? I ate a small little Junior Whopper while I was out there, and French fries. I hadn't had potatoes in like 6 weeks. I've cut all those kind of things, all fried foods. I'm basically eating chicken and fish, and I haven't really ate a whole lot of pork. I could probably do some pork on the grill or something like that, but I'm not eating bread or any kind of real sweets or anything like that, It's mostly a calorie thing. I haven't. Noberto says losing something like 1 pound. I haven't been weighing. I don't have a scale in my house, and I didn't do a pre-weight. I just know that my pants are starting to fall off of me, and I'm having to really cinch up my belt really big time. HC Aqua's in the house. What is up, Jesse? I just almost pulled the trigger. I've got till Tuesday to bid on some Sumbas, and I may end up buying them. They're going to be expensive. It's a group of 10, so they're usually around 30 bucks a piece. So do the math. They're going to be kind of expensive, but I'm hoping that the bid isn't very high and I can get in at the end of the bid, kind of like what you do on eBay. So if you really want something on eBay, you bid on it, and if somebody bids back over you, all you do is just set some kind of alert on your calendar to remind you to go back there 5 minutes before the auction is over with, and then at the last minute just overbid them the one next up, and you usually get it. And that's what I'm going to try to do on this aqua bid. I'm going to try to go back Tuesday morning and see what it looks like, and maybe hopefully get the high bid. The 186 Element. Hello, all lurking while watching Gonzaga, Texas Tech. Yeah, Texas Tech did it, man. They beat them. They were the better team in my eyes. Man, I always lose weight eating steak. Yeah, I've cut out red meat because of the ground beef. Like, I ate way too much ground beef. Way too much. Jesse says, Sumba, nice. Wow, that is some bucks. Yeah, I know. They're like 30 bucks a piece when they're adults. These are young adults, though, so maybe not. Joel from Corvus Oskin is in the house. I'm eating all the donuts. Well, you go for it, buddy. Go for it. Kiwi Mamo says, just finished my lunch after the stream. I'm going to finish the brick mowing strip. Scaping the backyard is harder than a tank. Also put hanging wall on IBC to stop green water for strawberries. Awesome. 4 strawberries. Awesome. I used to have a June bearing strawberry patch in my backyard, and that thing was prolific. It came back every year. But for some reason, we had to take it out and we moved it. And then I didn't do a very good job when I moved it. And then it died out. But you can get starts at the farm store. Strawberries are awesome. And if you get a patch going, you got to put up a little bit of something to keep the rabbits out of it and stuff. But hang on a second. Let's see. What else? Which pleco do you love best? Oh my gosh. I have been looking for a long time. I found some this winter, but I didn't want to order them because wintertime shipping is usually not a good thing, even if it's overnight. We had a really cold winter here. So I got to where I just wasn't even going on Aquabit at all. But the L264 Sultan Pleco is one that's at the top of my list right now. It's a really beautiful, I believe it's a Hypan Cistrus. Sometimes they're called the Vampire Pleco, but the L264 Sultan, and it's the gray variant. I think that number is only the gray variant. I think there's other Sultans, but they're a little bit different of a number, and some of them are darker or whatever. But one of my most favorite ones that I've got in the fish room, I can't really talk about right now because I've got an unboxing video on it, but one of my favorites, and then also like the blue-eyed Pinnock is really awesome. There's one of those for sale right now, but it's let's see here. Jeff, look up. Wait a second. Someone said, Jeff, look up in the chat if you can. Connor Mills. Let's try to find. Connor Mills. Great Outdoors is in the house. What's up, Great Outdoors? Fishaholic is here. Connor Mills. Jeff, what do you think of Adonis Plecos? I have one right now in a grow out type of tank, and I plan on getting another. I think the Adonis gets pretty big if I remember right. But aren't they just kind of brown and they get like that big, like sloped head? I've looked at them. The name always gets me to pick them every time when I see them on Aquabid. Let me look real quick because there's some right at the top of the list. If we start buffering, I'll get off really quick here. It won't take me no time. I've got it to where it pulls up on Plecos. Right now, there are some Adonis that are kind of at the top of the list, if I remember right. I guess I could have just done a Google search for Adonis Pleco. That would be quicker because they're not at the top of the list anymore. Maybe those sold. The Adonis. Oh, it's a polka dot. Lyritail. Okay. Yeah, that one's nice. L155 polka dot pleco. Yeah, those are nice. It's an ancistrus. No, it's an antithecus. Yeah, I've never came across those. The Lyritail's nice. Yeah, those are nice. Let's see here. Joel says, I'm obese on the BMI scale. Cichlid23 says, I couldn't ever cut red meat out. Actually, let's see. I think next Friday, I think will be 2 months that I've been doing this. Somewhere around in there. I've been doing it close to 2 months. And, you know, I ate a lot of burgers, guys. And I ate a lot of pizza. Now, pizza's been kind of hard, but I found some cauliflower crust that's pre-made at the grocery store. And I've been making some different pizzas. Like I made a spinach and tomato basil pizza the other day with one of those. And it was really, really good. You couldn't even tell it wasn't a real pizza crust. And instead of being 600 calories per piece of pizza, per slice of pizza, it was only 200 calories per slice of pizza. And the burgers, I mean, I like ribeye steaks too. I had a ribeye whenever I was out in Colorado. You know, I don't know. I haven't been having very many problems. I love chicken a lot, and I've been eating the heck out of chicken. I've been eating it all different types of way. My favorite way of eating chicken so far, though, is I grilled some the other night, some chicken breasts on the grill, and I put a dry rub on them and let them set in the refrigerator for like 4 or 5 hours. And then I split them down the middle and open them up like a butterfly, and then I put them in a bag and I beat them out with a tenderizer, like a little tenderizing hammer. You okay, Dozer? And then I grilled them, and afterwards I ate one of the breasts for supper. I chunked it up on some salad. Are you okay? You sound like you're dying. I put it on some salad, and then the next day, leftovers, I chunked it up on one of those pizza crust, the cauliflower pizza crust, and I had a like a buffalo chicken pizza. So I like buffalo chicken pizza, and I mixed some hot sauce and a little bit of ranch, and then just sprinkled a little bit of cheese over the top of it and baked that in the oven. And that was really good. And that barbecue grilled tasting chicken is so good. Whoa, Brandon from Mr. B says, I've lost 60 pounds in the last 6 months. Holy cow, congrats, brother. That is awesome. Too much red meat at my eye. Yep. Let's see here. Candy Overalls has the best no content channel on YouTube. Yes, she does. I always cheat. I can't stop. My coach said don't stay up, but I got 2 parts to attend. The only reason why I cheated is because I'd been eating healthy for over a month, and you can't not go meet one of your buddies that you had never got to meet before and not go, have a beer and a steak with them, Joel's, oh, I'm eating all the donuts. Gosh, I seen that earlier. Oh my gosh, I forgot I did go back up in the chat though, didn't I? Steak is good. Get a good source of grass-fed beef, and don't worry if it's ground up or not. Gotcha. Oh my gosh, somebody had a. Okay, I wanted to start breeding rare plecos. What size tank do you think is best to start? Well, I like to, whenever I'm breeding plecos, I like to do it in a 20 long. A 20 long, and then go from there. That's what I've started doing a lot more of. It seems like they're a little bit more prolific when they're in a smaller confinement, and you have to do more water changes, of course. But like in the bigger tanks, it's hard because the females, they let off pheromones in the tank. At least we're talking ancistrus here. They let off pheromones in the tank, and unless they go next to a cave, the male can't really trap them in there and not let them out until they, deposit their eggs inside the cave. Well, in a bigger tank, it's harder for that to happen because it's such a big tank that they're out and about. It happens, but it's harder and it's easier to get them going. Huberto says, I have a L190. I've got an L190 as well. Question, did you get any art from Priscilla while you were there? I didn't. My son did get one of the Fish Fam calendars from her, and she signed it on the front. One of her art pieces is on the cover of that this year. I think it's a beta, if I remember right. But that's the only art that we got. But I got to see her studio and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. Baby is awake. Time to lurk. Jeffro, make your voice more soothing. I'll do my best, Jess. Oh man, that's funny. Fishford says, back into tanks after about 30 years. What's a good little pleco to start with? Bristlenose plecos are a really good one to start with. They don't get really, really big. You can keep them with all kinds of things. You don't want to keep them with, like wild cichlids and stuff like that. You don't want to keep them with meat-eating predatory type fish, and you don't really want to keep them with catfish either lots of times because they're both bottom feeders unless you've got a really big, like I've got some catfish and some plecos in a tank, but it's a 50-gallon breeder that has, or not a 50-gallon breeder, a 50-gallon lowboy that has a great big floor on it, and lots of space for them to have their own little territories. But yeah, an ancistrus, there's tons of different types. You can get fancy ones or you can get more standard ones. There's tons of ancistrus bristlenose plecos, and they're a lot of fun. They don't get really big. Now, some of them do. Some of the fancy ones, like like my Cheese Creek L393s, the male is huge. I bet you he's 7 inches long. But for the most part, most of your ancistrus bristlenose plecos get somewhere around 5 inches long. The males do, so 5 inches or less. They eventually lose the dots, and like you said, they become about 1 meter long. Oh, okay, cool. Kevin's aquarium, is it all right to put fry in a 45-gallon with the sponge filter? I think so. Yeah, I think so. The only thing that you'll have problems with is they have troubles finding food. The bigger the tank, like I've started doing this on my plecos. Like whenever I pull the eggs, I put them in a breeder box that's like probably around 10 inches long by 5 inches deep by like 6 inches tall, maybe 8 inches tall, something like that. And used to, after they became wigglers and got like a quarter or a half an inch long, somewhere around in there, I would go ahead and dump them into a bigger tank, like a 30-gallon, something like that, and let them go in there and eat off of everything in the established tank. And like there for a while, my 50-gallon lowboy, I was using it as a grow out. And I had another clutch about a month after a clutch that I had put in the 50-gallon lowboy. I had another clutch of eggs a month later that I grew out for, probably 2 months in this breeder box. And they were double the size of the ones that were in the lowboy. And the only thing I can think of is in the lowboy, they had a lot harder time to find food. You know, it's like 4 feet long by like 2.5 feet, deep. So there's a lot of floor space in there. And I think they were just having difficulty finding food. And it's a bare bottom tank. So the Aqua Clear 70 that I've got on one end, the flow on that thing keeps everything that's on that bare bottom up flowing back towards the intake sponge. And the bare bottom stays pretty clean, and all the plecos and catfish going like this on the bottom all the time. Everything just keeps up in the water column. And like that intake sponge, like every 3 or 4 days, I'm having to take it out and squeeze it all out because it's just all gunked up. It's really working really good. But I like to grow out fry in that smaller system for quite a while, because the only thing you risk is if you put them in that 45, having difficulties finding food. And it's dependent on what kind of fry you've got, because like I've got a 40-gallon breeder in there that is full of a whole colony of rainbow tiger endlers. And then I've got a 40-gallon breeder in my bedroom that's full of red bar endlers. And there's fry, and I dump the fry food in there and they get into it and all that kind of stuff. And then I've got other things in the tank that collect food that the adults are eating on that the fry can get to and all that kind of stuff. And I always keep leaf litter in all my tanks. So you should be okay. But sometimes in a bigger system, fry have trouble finding food. Jamie says, I hate to do it, but I have to crash. I'm in the middle of a weekend and I'm already beat. Well, thanks for stopping in, Jamie. I really appreciate it. And you have a great rest of the weekend, buddy. We got about 8 minutes left. There's another game on. Purdue is playing Virginia. Oh man, I forgot about Virginia still in it too. So the Virginia Wildcats, that's what you were talking about earlier. I think Virginia is the Virginia Wildcats. Don't forget about the Cats. That's what you were talking about earlier. Eat burger, skip buns. Yeah, I've heard of that too. 400 pounds and dropping myself. Awesome, Mean Fish. Yeah, Mean Fish, I believe you're a truck driver, and I kind of am too. I know I always say that, and it probably makes you laugh. But when you're out away from your home during breakfast and lunch and sometimes supper, it's really hard to eat healthy. I'm telling you guys, these truck stops he comes to have the best chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and gravy. And then you got your biscuit with butter on it, and you throw some green beans in there and you think you ate healthy, and he can't necessarily pack, for a whole week. Now, I'm sure he's got a refrigerator and a sleeper and different things like that. So he could, but it's more difficult because on those nights that you don't want to fix something because it's a little bit difficult to do, you're going to go out and eat, and it is hard when you're out on the road. Hashtag red meat. Not Nola Jane Fishrit says yum sounds good. That cauliflower pizza crust, if that's what you're talking about, it is. Come here, Dozer. Come here, Bobby. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Camp Tom's wanted to see you. Come here. Come on. Come see me. Yeah, you're acting like a little weirdo tonight, aren't you? Come here. Come here. It's not changing. Oh, that's what the deal is, guys. It's going off on my laptop. It's going off on my laptop camera tonight. Let me see. Oh my gosh, that is weird. So let me go into settings here. That is what the problem is. I think I'm going to wait until after the stream, but that's why I look so white tonight. I tried to move my camera. My Logitech isn't even on. I'm going off my laptop computer camera. So bizarre. Wow. I've never had that happen before. That is so weird that that changed like that too, because it's never been that way ever. My camera light is always on up there. All right. Well, we're almost to the end here. Let me remind you guys, Kevin from KG Cichlids in the house. He says LMAO. Yeah, no kidding. Wrong camera, dummy. LMAO. Yeah, I know. I'm like trying to move it to show Dozer, and it's like, why isn't the camera moving? Yeah. But anyhow, just a reminder, Monday is going to be a Dozer. Monday is going to be a unboxing from my local fish store, and then Thursday is going to be the Mile High Plecos fish room tour. And it hasn't been done in a while. Priscilla did one right when he first moved into this house, and he was starting his fish room, so it looks a little bit different. Priscilla, speaking of Priscilla, Priscilla MK Art is in the house. She says hi from Golden Corral. Well, you eat till your heart's content there, little girl. Rumbus is in the house. Tape that camera over and you'll never make that mistake again. I used to have it. My work one I do. But yeah, that's really a good idea, Rumbus. On my work one I do. And I don't know why I didn't have that, but I will definitely do that. Because then I'll be like, oh, something's wrong with my camera. And I'll go and try to get it turned back on. I see. Yuck, that is the best y'all could do for dinner. Big City Bettis says, sending love from Dallas. Well, thanks a lot, Amber. Right back at you. Chris Chung, Joseph, Amber, Matt, Sunshine, and Full Moon Aquatics say hi. Aw. Well, you tell them I said hi, too. Wish I was there to see you guys. Sizzler was booked. The Sizzler was booked. The last time that I almost got to eat at a Golden Corral, I like Golden Corral, especially on what's the one type of steak? Prime rib, especially on prime rib night. Prime rib night is pretty good at Golden Corral. Prime rib with mashed potatoes and that brown gravy on it. Oh, that's pretty good. But the last time I was going to eat there, my sister was eating really, really healthy, and she doesn't like to eat at buffet places now that she's eating healthy. And I do. I just force myself to eat healthy. Like me and the boys, we go to Pizza Ranch all the time, and it's a buffet, and they have a really good salad bar. Like they've got that one type of salad that has the raspberries and, you know, some dried fruit in it, and then like nuts, and then it's got the little chunks of the blue cheese and different things like that. And it's got spinach and all the good stuff. It's a really good salad bar there. How many times has he said mashed potatoes and gravy night? I don't know. I just now said it again since I read your comment too. Gotta go to a party because mom yelled at me to go, so goodbye. Well, thanks for coming tonight, Norberto. We got 2 more minutes. If anybody else has anything to say, I want to thank, I'm really bad for this when I get super chats to thank them at the end of the stream, but I want to thank Mikey from Mile High Plecos for the $100 super chat. Really appreciate it, buddy. Enrique Lopez says, salute from Dallas. We are so tired walking around in Aquashella. Time to get a Whataburger and go to the hotel. Man, I've never got to have a Whataburger. Do they go good with mashed potatoes and gravy? Oh, gosh. That really bugs me about that camera. I'll have to get that fixed right when I get off here. Golden Corral is an above ground sewer. LOL. Yeah, I haven't ate there, and probably I had my ex-wife's adopted stepmom, if that makes any sense. Her adopted dad's wife, she worked at a Golden Corral, so we got to eat there for free a lot over by St. Louis. And I never had any problems with it, especially, like I say, on prime rib night. All right, guys, it is 8 o'clock. We've been on here for an hour. I'm going to fix my camera to where this doesn't happen again. I was just sitting here thinking earlier today, I haven't had any problems since I started doing Google Hangouts. So I just look like a white ghost tonight, like I need a tan. Anyhow, thanks for everyone that came out tonight. Make sure and check out my videos on Monday and Thursday. Don't forget the one on Thursday because a lot of you guys that like plecos. It's a Mile High Plecos video, so you got to check that out. Other than that, you guys have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Peace out, y'all.